Hi, welcome back for another daily devotion, this time on Tuesday, the first week of Advent. Henry Nouwen has chosen Revelation 21:5. So I'm going to give you just a little bit more by way of background on Revelation 21:5. So actually, we're going to start in Revelation 21:1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne, saying, Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them as their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more, neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away. And he who is seated on the throne said, Behold, I am making all things new. Okay, so bigger context of what's happening here. We've had this 1,000-year reign of Christ back in chapter 20. And chapter 19 ends up then having this kind of the white horse, and this is just sort of the whole end time stuff that maybe if you have non-denominational or Baptist friends, they get really worked up about and try to figure out all the things. John wrote it in code, so he wouldn't be instantly martyred. So a cursory reading in English is probably not sufficient to understand this book. If we're going to look at it, again, we would look to the early church and to Greek commentaries or Latin commentaries, depending, although everybody wrote in Greek until 200-300 AD. So we would look back into those sections rather than to LaHaye and Jenkins of Left Behind fame. So this is sort of the wrapping up of the last day, right? You've got the riders on the white horse, the 1,000 years, the defeat of Satan, judgment before the white throne, right? So all of that is like, kind of moving right along here. And then now we finally have the last day, right? The very last day that goes on for eternity. So chapter 21 is this picture here of God actually making things new, right? He's put to death all the old things. That's in chapters 19 and 20. And now he can do new things, right? The earth has passed away. The sea is gone. I think that actually means here in this is meant to mean that all there is the heavenly Jerusalem coming down for the new creation. I think that's what that's meaning. There's not other earth, right? And there's not other stuff. So it could comprise the whole planet. Again, this is not a roadmap of the apocalypse. It's not a roadmap of the future. It's not this is just what John sees. And so here's some really big points. One, God causes the heavenly Jerusalem to come down by his own will. It's not something we're part of. It's not something that enough mission work will bring about. It's not something where if we just hold hands enough and sing Kumbaya, what we can bring about. It's not something that we bring about through racial equality, although, come on, folks, that this is being filmed in late August, early September, right? And racial equality right now is still kind of a big deal, and I suspect it'll still kind of be a big deal later on. It's not something you get a pass on as a Christian. You need to make real equality. Anyway, off my soapbox for just a minute. So God is making everything new. He brings the New Jerusalem down from heaven. It's not the church, it's him. So when we pray, thy kingdom come, that's actually what we're praying for, the new heavenly Jerusalem coming down. Oh, one last thing. Heavenly Jerusalem coming down has nothing to do with the rebuilding of the third temple. So if you're sending money to make the third temple, just stop. Stop. It's never going to get built. There's the whole Islam thing, but also we could have built it. We know exactly where it is. We don't need to take down Dome of the Rock. That's kind of an urban legend. You can make the new temple. It's fine. There will be about 2.5 feet between the temple and the Dome of the Rock. That'll cause some problems. But if we rebuild the temple, we have to redo the priestly structure. Go back and read 1st and 2nd Chronicles to see what a mess that was after 70 years. Now imagine that after 2,000 years. And again, then we're going to have to begin animal sacrifice, ritual animal sacrifice, and a lot of it. We got a 2,000-year backlog. Imagine how the animal rights activists are going to have that. Ugh. I'm just stepping away. Okay, so God brings the new heaven, the new Jerusalem down, and it's a physical thing. It's not that we believe you die and go to heaven and are a guardian angel. It's not that we believe you die and you go up and float around in the clouds. We believe in the resurrection of the body. So the new Jerusalem comes into the new creation, and you are resurrected in this. All of this is God working. This is exciting. All of this is God doing new stuff. You also had the whole bit here with God saying the dwelling place of God is with man. And for an Advent theme or a Christmas theme, this is awesome because this pushes really hard back onto the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And we have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only from John 1:14. All this is going on in the background. And so Henry has some thoughts on this, but as we talk about this, we need to know God is the one who does all of this, just like God is the one who sent his son. God's the one who chose the time for the incarnation. He picks the perfect time in his eyes. He picks the perfect time for the second coming. He picks the perfect time for the destruction of the old and the beginning of the new. That's on him. I can't help myself. Henry's got his own thing. I will say Advent could be a time of letting go of all of our timing. Advent could be a time of us surrendering all of that and just letting God do his thing. I won't go any further than that because Henry's going to have the devotional thought today and not Pastor Dave. But there's the biblical backlog or backup for that. So God's blessings to you today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here next time.